This is the I Never tag. I was tagged by Rio over at Rio Reads, so let's do this thing. Number 1, I never read that. Name a book that everyone else has read that you have not. That would be Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo this year. Last year felt like Naomi Novik's Uprooted, and before that, Dickens. I've not read any Dickens. It's really kind of tragic, actually. I should fix that. Number 2, I never read anything so awesome. Name your favorite book. I have lots of favorite books, but right now I want to mention Joseph Boyden's Orenda, which blew me away. I loved that book. We as Canadians don't do a great job of mythologizing our past, unlike our American counterparts, but this was history I could totally sink my teeth into. And this is a bit of a moment right now. Joseph Boyden will be releasing a new book called Wenjack later this October, which follows the story of Charlie Wenjack, who tried to escape from his residential school to find his way home. This will also be accompanied by a short book written by Gord Downey of the Tragically Hip, illustrated by Jeff Lemire, following the story of Charlie Wenjack. And it really helps try to shine a light on the tragedy of residential schools and the impact they had on our native people here in Canada. Number 3, I never thought I'd get through it. Name a book you didn't like, but you read through till the end. And that would be J.R. Ward's Bourbon Kings. Now this comes hot on the heel after reading Bourbon Empire by Reed Mitten-Buehler, which is a history of bourbon in America. Bourbon Kings is not that. It is in fact a romance novel, and I won an autographed copy of it in a Twitter contest, not knowing any better. When it arrived, well, I felt kind of bad. Here it is, J.R. Ward, kind of a big deal I found out in romance circles, with fans all around the world. And I got an autographed copy. The least I could frickin' do is read the damn book. And so I dove in. And it defied a lot of my expectations. There wasn't a lot of sexy time, and it seemed more like a novelization of a soap opera with multiple plot threads weaving in and out. Now, if it wasn't for the autographed copy, I probably would have DNF'd it, but I plowed through until the end, the least I could do for wrongly denying a fan an autographed copy of the book itself. Maybe I will try romance again somewhere in the near future, but that wasn't what I was expecting. Number 4, I will never finish that. Name a book or a series that you have no intention of finishing, and that would be the Southern Reach trilogy by Jeff Vandermeer. I loved book 1, Annihilation. It's this Lovecraftian eco-horror, really off-kilter, creepy book, and I enjoyed it immensely. Book 2 comes along, and that's Authority. And it's set in an office. It's like the Call of Cthulhu meets The Office, and it just completely derailed all the momentum from book 1, and I really didn't enjoy it. It almost invalidated a lot of the creepiness of book 1. So I was not in a hurry. Never say never, but it really doesn't feel like I'm going to pick up book 3, Acceptance, anytime soon. Number 5, I will never regret reading that. Name a book that you read solely on a recommendation that you ended up really enjoying. Now, since getting onto BookTube, I've opened myself up to more bookish recommendations. Where the Air is Sweet by Tasneem Jamal was recommended by our local library over Twitter. Now, I thought perhaps there was an ulterior motive there. I know Tasneem Jamal was coming in for a book club reading, and she's a local author. So I thought, maybe it's like a middling to okay novel, but it's in support of a local author. So why not? Picked up the book, read it, and was absolutely floored. This is a huge, beautiful, emotional novel talking about the over 80,000 Asians expelled from Uganda during the reign of Idi Amin. Semi-autobiographical, but it is a huge, incredible book, that one of those books that you want everyone to read. I hope you get a chance to read it. I have a video review that you can check out as well. It was absolutely fantastic. Number 6, I would never do that. Name a character that made choices you didn't agree with or did things that you would never do. And frankly, that is every dystopian YA protagonist out there. If my brother was selected as tribute, we would have to figure out what we were going to do with that extra room. I mean, I would miss the guy, but for some odd chance I ended up volunteering myself as tribute, I would just be curled up in a fetal position waiting for someone to end it. If I was the protagonist in your YA dystopian novel, your books would be a heck of a lot shorter. Number 7, I never wanted to admit it. Name a book that you were embarrassed to have read or at least self-conscious to have carried around with you. This easy answer, Lob Ball. Of course, it's the book that everyone loves to hate, Twilight. My daughter wanted to read the book while she was in grade school and be part of the conversation, and who could blame her? But I had heard questionable things that went on in the series as it went on. And of course, with Harry Potter, things escalate as you get into the books. But who knows? It's sparkly vampires. Who knows what they got planned in that first book? So I thought I would read it just to allay my fears. And yeah, it was horrible, but honestly, we're going to talk about the books that I read as a kid. And you know what? They probably are even worse than Twilight. If that is what triggers you and turns you into a reader, then I'm all for it. Not for me. Number 8, I never read something so heartwarming. Name a book or a series that touched your heart. Easy one, Sean Tan's The Arrival. It is incredible, well worth taking a look at. Pick it up if you get the chance. There are no words. It is all pictures that portray the experience of an immigrant. It's a little left of center, but it is just hypnotizing page after page, looking at the drawings and the story that it tells. It's an incredible feat that Sean Tan was able to achieve using no words at all. Number 9, I never laughed so hard. Name a book that made you laugh out loud. That's easy. Christopher Moore's Lamb, The Gospel According to Biff, Christ's childhood pal. Simple conceit. Jesus Christ decides that he needs to tell the gospel of his life as a child, so he resurrects his childhood best friend, Biff. It's 2001, locks him in a hotel room, accompanied by the angel Raziel, who gets addicted to daytime soaps. Meanwhile, Biff proceeds to write the story of being Jesus Christ's best friend. It is filled with warmth. It is about friendship, and it's not mean-spirited. It's not poking fun at Christianity or at the expense of Jesus Christ. He comes off very well, and it's clear of his love of humanity, but it's still laugh out loud funny, which is not an easy feat to accomplish, and it played to a lot of that Sunday school knowledge that I accumulated as a child. I really enjoyed this read. All right, we're almost there. Number 10, finally, I never could have made it through childhood without it. Name a book or series that you loved as a kid, and that's easy. You know what I was talking earlier about Twilight? Well, for me, it's Hardy Boys, written by a series of hacks that went under the pseudonym of Franklin W. Dixon. You know what? I haven't read them since primary school, and maybe they are wonderful pieces of literature that I would enjoy even now, but I highly doubt it. At the same time, I loved seeing them in the school library. I could read one, put it back, and there's the next book in the series, and I could just consume all of them. And these classic hardcovers with their classic covers, the thick pages that were yellowing with age, that had that distinct library, musty old book smell. What's not to love? I'm sure the books probably are problematic if I pick them up now. I wouldn't be surprised to find they're mildly anti-Semitic, racist. I hope the Hardy Boys never had an adventure in the Far East. I can only imagine what that would have sounded like, but it still was an important part of my childhood, and I did love reading the series. Okay, that's it. We did it. It's the I Never Tag, thanks to Rio again from Rio Reads for tagging me. If you haven't had a chance to try this tag video, give it a shot. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great reading week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.